Welcome, everyone, to what I hope will be a thrilling game of X-Files Collectible Card Game, or X-Files CCG for short. I'm Steven, and joining me is David Pease, all the way from Seattle, Washington. How are we doing tonight, David?
Outstanding. I've been waiting for this for a few days now. Got the studio set up, got the play field ready to go. I look forward to a great game.
Excellent. Likewise. So tell us, which agents are joining your team tonight?
Yes. For those of you who watch our previous broadcasts, this probably won't be too much of a surprise, but starting here on my left, I have Fox Mulder, then Agent Jack Willis, Agent Weiss, and Inspector Phoebe Green.
That is a formidable team you got there for your self-proclaimed travel deck.
Yes, this is my travel deck. We'll see if I can get my agents to investigate more than one site on the turns and be able to maximize their skills at each site and then move them all to the next one.
And with any luck, you'll be running into a minimal amount of car troubles or road hazards.
That's the risk I run when I make a deck and then test it several times with people in our group. They tend to realize what I have in my deck and are able to customize to thwart me. But that's good. I'm still experimenting with this deck. I need to find all the holes in it and the ways that people can take advantage of it, so I can customize it a little more. Hopefully, well, who knows, in another week or two, a couple more plays, it could be a killer deck, or it could be retired.
Well, guess we'll find out. So I am working with what has been pretty much my standard team for, the long run, if you've seen any of David's previous broadcasts. So my team consists of Agent Fox Mulder, Assistant Director Walter Skinner, Agent Kresge, part of the 1013 expansion set, as is Detective Manners, and last but not least, Albert Hosting. So that, my friends, is our team. So without further ado, David, let's get into this. We both have our X-Files. Mine is right here, and you see David has his there. We are ready to draw, aren't we, sir?
Yeah, I will
yield to you. You may go first.
You beat me to it because I didn't think of the word right away. So I will go first then. I'll draw my 7 since we're playing the advanced rules here.
Yes, I did forget to mention that. We are playing the advanced version of X-Files CCG.
All right. So I have my 7. I will draw for turn. And then we'll create my res. 2 I will draw in just a second here using Mulder's effect, but for here I've got 1, 1, and 1, so 3 total. I'll add 3 to my res, and then I will, you know what, I'm only going to draw the 2 that Mulder gives me from his res. Interesting. Very interesting. All right, I will yield to you, sir, to sell and buy.
Thank you kindly. So I will be selling 2 cards. First, I will be selling the tape recorder for 4 RP, and I'll also be selling the alien stiletto for 5, for a grand total of 9. And I said RP, I misspoke, I meant CP. I will be selling them for 9 conspiracy points. And of those 9, I'm going to be buying 3 cards. And I'll be adding 6 to my conspiracy pool. And I yield back to you, sir.
Okay. No healing and no requisition in this particular round, so I will go deployment. I'm going to move all 4 to the field here. I should have started with them in the bureau, but I'll have all 4 agents in the field. Site card played is my next move, and I am going to start with Central Prison in Raleigh, North Carolina. This is an occult investigation or criminal investigation, 5 or more. The question, you may ask a motive question or method question. If you ask method and you ask if the method is possession, the skill check prerequisite is only 4. And I will use one of Mulder's tokens to pay for that site right now.
Sounds good. All right, so I will be casting 2 bluffs on your Central Prison.
Whoa.
2 bluffs.
Coming out strong there. Coming out
yeah.
strong. In that case, just to protect my people, I'm going to move just these 3 to the site. Agent Willis, Weiss, and Inspector Green are assigned to Central Prison, and I have nothing to block your bluffs, so go ahead and reveal.
All right. The first bluff, actually, let me pull up this one first. The first bluff is a sinus cavity implant, and for those of you who aren't aware of that card, play on 1 agent to decrease that agent's res value by 1. This card is removed when a healing card is played on the agent. And since you took Mulder out of this investigation, I will be casting that bluff, that so painful bluff, on Jack Willis.
Okay, I'll put this reverse token here just to remind me that he has that implant there.
Yep. And are you ready for the second bluff, sir?
Yes.
All right. And unfortunately, Detective Thompson does not like the cut of your jib. So he is changing your site prerequisite to Bureaucracy 3.
Bureaucracy 3. Yeah, I didn't really need to look. I know that gets me, but yeah. In that case, we'll go to discard here, and you catch me unawares here.
All right. I am holding in my hand 6 cards, so I will refrain from discarding any.
Now, is it still legal for me to play event cards, or are we beyond that?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Then I am going to play A Friend in the FBI. Place that in my bureau. Play this card in the bureau. Place 10 tokens on this card. During your briefing phase, you may take up to 2 tokens from this card and place them in your resource pool. The tokens become or change to resource tokens. When all tokens have been removed, discard this card. So I will pay 2. And I don't have 10 tokens, so I'm just going to find a piece of scratch paper here. And I'll just write the number 10 on here a little bigger so everyone can enjoy that the same as me. Well, the glare gets it, but I'll keep track of the 10 that way.
Right on. Any other things you want to play?
No, I just need to decide what to discard here, and this kind of hurts me. So I only have 8, so it's not too bad. I'll discard USGS quadrant map.
Oof. That is a tough goodbye. Hopefully you won't be hard pressed for sites later on.
Yeah, well, I don't move people to the bureau that often, so it's there as candy, just to help me out in case I need it.
Yeah, good point.
Same thing, will pass to you.
All right, thank you. All right, so we have all of my agents currently sitting in the bureau, and for Res, Assistant Director Skinner, for those of you who don't know, his game effect allows him to generate 3 res if he is in the bureau section of the table. And in addition to that, Albert Hosting also has a res value of 1 for a grand total of 4. And as we know from David's previous turn, Mulder's effect, he will draw cards instead of generate res. So I will generate 3 res. Oops. And I will buy 1 card. So in addition to Mulder's 2 and my free card, I will also take a 4th one.
You know what? I don't have any to sell or buy, so I will pass back to you.
All right. Before we get my team out in the field, I am going to play Street Contacts for 1, and that is going to allow me to search through my bureau deck and place any witness card in my hand. And I will be showing that witness to you momentarily once I find her.
Find her. Interesting. Yeah. Okay.
Yep. It is not Kevin Morris this time. Alright. But rather, Kristen 𝐗-𝐅i𝐥e𝐬. I'm just going to go ahead and put her down over there. So Miss 𝐗-𝐗, for those of you who don't know, adds 1 RP to your pool every time a keyword, occult investigation, or criminal investigation keyword card is played. And that will cost me 3 RP. I am going to requisition the Geiger counter to Albert Hosteen, which adds 1 to his alien investigation skill. That will drop my RP down to 2. Alright. So now we're going to be deploying all agents except for Skinner. He's got a lot of paperwork to do, so he's going to be hanging back in the bureau. I'll be moving the other 4 out to the field. And we won't be traveling too far from DC. We'll be heading over, hop, skip, and a jump to Arlington, Virginia, which is an occult investigation site. And the question that I may ask, should it be successful, is affiliation. And because that has a keyword of occult investigation, I will be adding 1 RP, thanks to Miss 𝐗-𝐅i𝐥e𝐬. I await any bluffs you may have for me.
I do. I have 1 bluff for you.
I'm going to call your bluff on that.
Very good. The bluff is Detective Miles. Pay 1 conspiracy point to move up to 2 res points from your opponent's res pool to your conspiracy pool immediately. Now his cost is 1. I did play him upside down, so we're going to 0 cost on that. And I will gladly pay 1 CP to get 2.
And I reduce 1 or 2?
Dose.
Oh, and by the way, I'm going to be using one of Mulder's tokens to pay for the site. Forgot to do that earlier. So that leaves me down with 1 RP.
And then I gain back 2, so I net 6. Or I should say I net out to 6 total.
Yep.
If I were to do my math terms correctly. Alright, that expends my bluff, and back to you.
Alright.
Oh, before you go any further, I'm not 100% familiar with all of your team. So I'm going to play computer access denied and see if that helps me.
Yeah, I don't have enough in the ways of computer to counter that, I'm afraid.
And I did pay my 2 there from 6 down to 4 to pay for the card. Anything to counter my event?
Not with the RP that I have less, I'm afraid. So, unfortunately, I won't be getting much further in Arlington, so we will move on to debriefing.
I only have 5 cards, so no discard.
I have a total of 7, and I'll be holding on to all of them.
Alright. If no objections, we'll move on to my turn.
Let's do it.
Very good. Draw for turn. Okay. And we'll do res. Agent Willis has a little impairment there with his nose, so no res from him, so I get 2 for a total of 8. And I'm going to buy 1, so I'm going to go down to 7, and I'll use Mulder's res for 2 cards, and then I purchased 1, so 3 total. And I will pass to you to buy and sell.
Thank you. I will be selling just one card, the shotgun, for 6. And of that 6, I will be buying 2 cards. So I'll be adding 4 to my resource pool. And wouldn't you know, one of the 2 cards that I just drew was a blue plate special. And so I'll be playing that, which has a cost of 0. And what I'll be doing is I'll be flipping over the next card in my bureau deck. So if that card is playable this turn, I may do so for 0 cost. If I do not play the card this turn, I'll move the card to the discard pile. So in order for me to play it, it'll have to be a conspiracy card. And it is. It is the Cigarette Smoking Man Strikes, which changes any keyword to any other keyword on a card played by your opponent. This effect lasts until the end of the turn.
He's here! No, sir! If he was, he's vanished without a trace! Nothing vanishes without a trace! Burn it!
So I'll be not sure yet how I'm going to use that, so I'm going to set that one over here until, at such time I decide how I'm going to wind up using that.
Okay. All right. No healing and no requisition. So I will go straight to and deployment. All of my guys are in the field. They'll stay there. Case assignment. I will play Los Angeles, California for 1.
A multi-site.
Yes. I'm going to pay for that with one of Mulder's tokens. And for the benefit of our audience, Los Angeles, California is an occult investigation or evidence collection site of 5 or more. You may ask 1 affiliation question or 1 method question. And I will turn to you to see if you have any bluffs.
I do have a bluff. 1.
Okay. All right, case assignment. I am going to move Willis, Weiss, and Phoebe Green to the site. I'm going to be doing evidence collection for 5. Skill check of 5. And I don't have anything to counter your bluffs, so unless you have anything else to play, go ahead and reveal.
All right. That bluff is a nasty surprise, which will add 5 tokens to my CP pool. And it was face down, so therefore the cost is 2, so I'll be adding 3.
I'm just going to go straight to the question. I'm going to ask affiliation.
No, you're not, because
Okay.
I have figured out how I'm going to play the Cigarette Smoking Man Strikes now. So I'm going to change the keyword occult investigation to phenomena. And then...
Yeah, what's your game? What's your
and
strategy?
then I will be playing good old Hell Money for 4, and that negates any keyword phenomena card. Which now, thanks to the Cigarette Smoking Man Strikes, includes your site.
Indeed. I knew that was too easy. Too easy.
And so the vampires live to suck blood another day in Los Angeles, California.
Yuck. Then, since I have nothing else to play, we'll move right to debriefing. I have 7 cards, so no discard.
I have 5. I'll be holding on to all of them.
Very good, sir. Then I'll pass to you.
Yes, indeed. All right, so we will be drawing our free card, and then for Rez, I will, in addition to Mulder's 2 cards, I will buy a 3rd one, and I will add 3 to my RP pool because Skinner is still currently shuffling papers at his desk in the bureau section of the table. You may sell at your leisure.
I feel like I have a pretty good hand, so I'm just going to sell a True Grit for 1. And I will buy 1. Nice. And back to you, sir.
All right. I will be playing Hard Evidence for 2, which adds 5 tokens to my RP pool. So with the cost of 2 factored in, I will be adding 3. I will refrain from requisitioning any equipment at this time. And this time, the team is heading for New England, specifically Aleister Crowley High School in Milford Haven, New Hampshire. And that is an occult investigation and observation site. And, oh, I just heard the magic word occult investigation, so therefore Kristen Kalar will be generating 1 RP to the pool, which I will use to pay for the site. So my pool remains at 7. So this multi-site has, in addition to occult investigation, observation, affiliation, and result as its keywords.
Okay, I do have 1 bluff to play. I'll put that on your site there. And
All right.
I don't remember. Is now a good time to play an event card here?
Yeah, but I'm going to be using Albert Hosting's token now, so I'm going to see what's in your hand before you play that event card.
All right.
What you got?
If only I'd spoken just a little bit sooner.
A little bit, yeah.
So I have Government Mind Wipe Serum.
Okay. Which, remind me, what does that one do?
Force 1 opponent to discard all cards in their hand that contain the keyword alien investigation or bureaucracy. My next card is Central Prison in Raleigh, North Carolina. Next is Icy Cape, Alaska. Another Icy Cape, Alaska. Dead Horse, Alaska. Street Contacts. And Frohickey.
Well, I think I'm going to cast Hosting's token on your Frohickey card. So we got the long game in mind. I feel that card can be a little more detrimental to a future play. So if you play Frohickey, that specific Frohickey card, I will be asking a question. So let's go ahead and resolve that bluff, shall we?
This bluff is Detective Tony Fiore. Play to cause your opponent to discard 2 cards at random from his hand immediately. I did play that upside down. It's a cost of 2, but because it was upside down, it only cost me 1, so I'll take 1 off of my conspiracy.
Oh,
Anything
I'm
to counter.
Sorry, Detective Tony Fiore, because Langley objects to your shenanigans, and so for the cost of 2, Langley will be negating Detective Fiore.
Check it out, Mulder. I had breakfast with the guy who shot John F. Kennedy.
Is that so?
Old dude now, but yeah. Says he was dressed as a cop on the grassy knoll.
All right, so what else you got for me?
Oh, I feel like since you've already seen it, I'm just going to go Government Mind Wipe Serum for 3.
All right. Which takes you down to 0 CP. Ouch. Well, and remind me, what must I discard from my hand?
Force your opponent to discard all cards in their hand that contain the keyword alien investigation or bureaucracy.
Well, my friend, I'm afraid to disappoint you. I do not have any cards in my hand with either of those 2 keywords.
The one time you don't have any alien
Pretty
investigation
much, yeah.
cards.
I mean, my deck is pretty heavy in those 2, so any other time I feel like you would have gotten me on this. But before we move on, I'm going to go ahead and ask about your X-File. And this is an affiliation or result site, but I think I'm going to take first crack at your X-Files affiliation. Is it Evolutionary.
It is not.
It is not. All right. First blood has been drawn. I do not have any cards that I wish to part with this turn of the 6 remaining.
And I also don't have any discards, so if there are no other cards, I'll begin my turn.
Yes.
Very good. I'll draw for turn then. Okay. I'll get this out of the way. I'm going to use my friend in the FBI to get 2 resource, so that brings me down to 8 on my thing there, and up to 9 on my resource pool. I'm just going to use Mulder's 2 and draw 2 and no other cards. And I will yield to you for selling and buying.
All right. I will be selling just 1 card, the USGS quadrant map, and which will net me 4 CP. I will be buying 2 and adding to my pool. Back to you, sir.
All right. No healing and no requisition at this time. All right. Deployment. Everyone is in the field already. They'll stay there. Case assignment. This is going to be a tricky one. Oh, and one thing, I didn't generate my res at the beginning. I get 1 for each of these 2 guys, nothing for Willis. So I'm going to go up to 11. I'm going to play Dead Horse Alaska, which is alien investigation or evidence collection, 5 or more. Allows me to ask an affiliation or result question. If I ask, is your result manipulation of evidence, the prerequisition would go down to 4. And I'm also going to play Icy Cape Alaska. That is evidence collection 4 or more. You may ask 1 result question. And I'm also going to play, so I'll use 1 token to pay for Dead Horse Alaska. I'll use 2 to pay 2 res points to pay for Icy Cape. And I'm also going to play Road Trip for 1.
Wouldn't be the travel deck if Road Trip didn't make an appearance.
Feels so good. Feels so good.
All right.
And since we have just a moment here for the benefit of our viewers, Road Trip play on a team in the field during the deployment phase. If the team makes a criminal investigation 6 skill check, they may investigate 2 sites this turn, resolve each site individually, and I'm going to move everyone to Dead Horse Alaska to begin.
Right. And I will be playing 1 bluff on Dead Horse Alaska.
Okay. I have a feeling that is going to be a strong bluff, but I have nothing to stop it.
I have been working on my poker face lately.
That's good. I don't have anything to play on it, so unless you have any more cards, ready to reveal.
And I'm afraid one of your relatives has been gravely injured. And so one of your agents will be going back to the hospital immediately. I'll buy it undamaged. And I'm afraid that's Mulder.
Yes.
And so since that card was face down, I will be paying 4 for that card. So therefore, that takes Mulder out of this particular investigation. So, does that leave you with enough to investigate that site?
Well, I'm doing evidence collection, and I've got 2, 2, and 2. And the prerequisite was 5.
All right. I will now be playing Joseph Patnick, who has an activator of conspiracy and result site. So he will be going at your team with an effect that allows to subtract 1 from all damage sources applied to this adversary. The long-range combat round is skipped.
All right.
So pray tell, how much close range does Jack Willis have?
Jack Willis has 2.
And so he will only be hitting Patnick with 1. How much close range does Phoebe Green have?
2.
She will only be hitting with 1. And last but not least, how much close range does Agent Weiss have?
Also 2.
Also 2. So you'll be hitting Patnick with a combined total of 3 close range, which takes his health down to 1, leaving him with just 1. So he will be hitting at... we'll send Phoebe Green to the hospital. Or she has a health of how much? Is that 4?
4, yep.
4. So Patnick will be hitting her with 4, so she will thus be hospitalizing. Hey, Mulder can visit her while he's visiting that injured relative. So hey, 2 birds, 1 stone, right?
I suppose.
All right. So for our next round of close range, you have 2 remaining agents with a combined total of 4 close range combat, but because Patnick must subtract 1 from all damage sources, they will be applying 2, which is enough to defeat him. However, he will be taking 1 last blow, and therefore he'll be casting 4 damage to Agent Weiss. Which is enough to hospitalize him as well, and Patnick goes back to the psych ward. That was a brutal combat, and Agent Willis is still standing.
Takes me back to that time I ran into the Manitou. Wiped me out.
Indeed, that's rough. Do you have any recourse at this point?
Well, I've got something that doesn't really do a whole lot, but I'm going to play Hospital Crash Cart. Says this piece of equipment does not need to be attached to any agent. Place 3 tokens on the crash cart. Discard 1 token to heal 1 point.
Does that have to be played during the requisition phase since it's equipment?
I was thinking it didn't because it doesn't need to be attached to an agent, but you're probably right with that.
Equipment requisition, yeah, I would say so. Yeah,
I'll hold on to it.
Oh yeah. Good.
Willis wouldn't be able to do anything on Icy Cape, so we'll just let that go, and he remains in the field.
All right, I still have 5 cards in my hand, and I'm quite fond of all 5 of them, so I'll be keeping them.
I have 6, and I'm feeling pretty good with what I have, so I will pass back to you.
All right, so let's see. For this turn, I'm thinking I'm going to keep all of my res, so I'm going to add 4 to my RP pool, and I'll be drawing 3 cards. 1 of them free, and then 2 for Mulder. Alright. Sell as you will, sir.
Oof. I need stuff. I will sell Street Contacts for 1, and will immediately use that 1 to purchase a card. Back to you.
Seeing as I now have drawn a site with alien investigation, I believe I will play one of Detective Manners' 2 tokens to draw 3 guesses, David, and the first 2 don't count. Who am I drawing?
Oh, man. I think you're drawing...
Who might...
Could it be...
the man behind the curtains be? Well, he's not quite a man yet. He's only about
very
8
young,
years old.
Yeah, about the young man, Mr. Kevin Morris.
Mr. Kevin Morris.
Now the alien investigation cards come out, huh?
What's that? Yeah, fine. Yeah, no, it is weird. I don't have too many occult investigation sites in my in my deck. But yeah, it is. But they do. Yeah, it is weird that I didn't draw any alien or bureaucracy cards as of yet, until now. Anyway, as of that last draw. All right, so I will be paying 3 to put Kevin in the field, and for those unaware, Kevin adds 1 to my pool every time a keyword alien investigation or evidence collection card is played. So preview of where we will be going in this investigation.
Yeah, you're pretty much getting points for basically any card that comes down, almost.
More or less, but let's see if it pays off. We will be going to Albert Hosting's neighborhood in Farmington, New Mexico. It is a multi-site, so I have a choice between motive and method questions should my investigation prove successful. And the other keywords on this site are alien investigation and computer. I think you can safely assume I will be going for the alien investigation. And because we're using that keyword alien investigation, good old Kevin will be paying for that site.
Can always count on Kevin to
Always count on him, yep.
make it good. Well, no bluffs and nothing to play. It's it's a free one straight to the question there.
All right, but is my guesswork up to par? And as you know from previous games, it really isn't. So I will be asking either a motive or a method question for this successful site investigation. Let's say we ask a motive question, shall we?
Okay.
All right. Is your X-Files motive knowledge?
It is not.
It is not. I will refrain from taking a crack at David's X-Files identity, seeing as I still have yet quite a few X-Files to choose from.
Still early.
Indeed. I am currently holding 7 cards in my hand, and I believe I will hold on to all of them.
I have 6, so no discard.
All right. We pass it back over to you.
Very good, thank you. I'll draw for turn. Oh. Since these guys are in the hospital, I don't get res from them. Do I remember that correctly?
Correct. Yep.
Yeah, so I got nothing
Although
there.
Mulder, he is uninjured, but you'll be taking him out of the hospital during the deployment
later on
phase. Yep.
Yeah.
And Willis, last I checked, still has an alien implant shoved up his nostril, so it doesn't look like he'll be generating much RT this briefing phase.
He's a little uncomfortable there. He won't be able to help me out. No, I gotta have that res, so I'm not buying any cards. Pass to you to sell and buy.
I will be selling 1 card, the 2 Lux video camera for 5, and I think of that 5, I will draw 2 and add 3 to my pool.
Now we're at that ever important healing phase. Now, if I remember correctly, these guys qualify to remove 2.
Yeah, if they have a health of
each.
4 or higher, you may take 2 off of them.
They both are at 4, so I'll remove 2 from each of them. And then I will move to requisition. And I don't think you'll be surprised here. I'm going to play
Not
hospital
at all.
crash cart.
For 3, right? Or is it 4?
You put, let me just refresh my memory here, even though I just read it. Yeah, 3 tokens. So I'm only going to place 1 because I'm going to immediately use 2 tokens to heal 1 of each from these guys.
And that costs you how
And
much
that
to
costs
play that
4.
card? All right. 4.
Here we are. 4-0.
A very handy play at a crucial moment.
Yeah, that makes my deployment phase a lot better. So that having been said, I will move to deployment phase. Let's move all these guys back to the field. I've got some catching up to do, so I'm gonna put it out there. I'm gonna play Broad Street, Philadelphia, criminal investigation 4+, and I ask a method question. I'm also going to play Central Prison, Raleigh, North Carolina. Occult investigation or criminal investigation, 5 or more. That asks a motive or method question. If I ask method, possession, the prerequisite goes down to 4. And since we're in the deployment phase, well, no, we're past the deployment phase, so I will. Well, shoot. I did not play that very well. I see you've got something happening there. Do we need to stay in the deployment phase?
No, it is not a bluff, sir. So you may pay for your sites.
Okay.
Well, I'm afraid you won't be doing a whole lot of catching up this round, I'm afraid, because you just lost a whole chunk of time.
Time can't just disappear. It's a universal invariance.
Not in this zip code.
That's an event, isn't it?
Yep, that ends it. Unless you have something to negate it.
Not at this time.
Alright, so since your turn has been immediately ended, we will throw this back over to my end here. I'm thinking for Rez, I will take my free card while I think about what I'm going to do. In addition to Mulder's 2 cards, I will also buy 1. So I will be adding 3 RP to my pool and purchasing 1.
This hurts, but
I'm sure it does.
This is the long game here, so I'm going to sell Road Trip for 1.
I know that is hurting you.
Yeah,
I think I can hear a piece of your heart crumbling.
Yeah.
All the way through this live stream.
And Icy Cape Alaska for 2, so a total of 3 conspiracy.
Alright, so without further ado, I will be playing my other hard evidence for 2, which will add 3 to my RP pool. Our team is going to need to bring mittens because we are heading to the cold north, specifically Dead Horse, Alaska. It is a multi-site, so I have the chance of asking either a affiliation or result question. The keywords are alien investigation and evidence collection. What was that, Kevin? Oh, you heard both of those keywords. Yes, so I will be adding 2 to my pool, but I will just add 1 and then pay for the site with the other one. Thank you, Kevin.
I tell you, I bet you wish you had 2 sites to play because I got nothing. So
I don't have enough alien investigation or any other to go around, so yeah, I got the long game in that. We'll just be investigating 1 site per turn. All right, well,
I'm just lucky you don't have 3 sites.
Before we ask the question, I'm going to play on the off chance that you have an adversary card in your hand. I'm going to play Warning from the Loa for 2. So if you have an adversary card in your hand, you must discard it. Nope. Well, I was going to have to discard something, so I figured I'd take a crack at it.
May as well play it.
So, in that case, I will be asking... let's go with another affiliation question, shall we?
Okay.
Alright. By any chance, is your X-File a cult?
It is.
It is. Ho-ho! That just turned the tables. We have you narrowed down to lucky 7. But
come on,
I'm still not feeling lucky enough to ask whether I think your X-File is any of those 7, so I will not take a crack at the identity this time. So no penalty question for you, sir.
All right. Well, I have only 2, so no discard.
I currently have 8, so I'm going to have to get rid of something. Question is what? Alright. I think I will be discarding Detective Tony Fury. So that is one less bluff I will be playing against you in this upcoming round. So you can take that to heart.
That's good. That's good. All right, so I will take back control and start my turn.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, draw for turn. Well, I actually do get some res. I've neglected to do this my last turn, but I'm going to take 2 from my friend in the FBI.
Mm-hmm.
Takes me down to 6. And generating resource, I get 1 from Phoebe Green and 1 from Agent Weiss, so I'll add another
Excellent.
2. And I will draw Mulder's 2 and no others. So I will yield to you to sell and buy.
Yeah, I think I'm going to just sell 1 card. Chester Bonaparte, one of the promo cards. He's worth 5. I will add 4 to my pool and buy 1 card.
All right, not a whole lot going on here, so I am going to do the old Hail Mary and play Mulligan.
Oof.
For 3.
At this point, yeah.
I am going to take advantage of Agent Jack Willis's token to search my bureau deck for an affiliation site. I will add that to my hand. It doesn't say I have to reveal, so I'm just going to drop it right into my hand here.
Sounds good.
All right, case assignment. I'm going to go to Arlington, Virginia. This is an occult investigation of 4, and I would ask an affiliation question.
That's going to set you back 2, because you don't have any tokens left on Mulder, is that right?
I got nothing.
Okay.
All in, baby.
All in. Well, David, I'm sorry to say, but your computer access has been denied.
That's not the first time that's happened. I cannot pass that skill check, so we'll...
And, yeah, Google support has got you on a painstakingly long hold. Let's see, for res, I have a pretty decent amount in my pool, so I think, in addition to the free card and Mulder's 2, I will buy an extra card and add 3 to my pool.
I gotta do something here. Gotta make a move. So I will sell just 1, run for it.
Run for it.
For 2. And I will stay with what I have. Back to you, sir.
Right. I don't have anything to requisition to Skinner at this time, so we shall move over to deployment. We'll be keeping everyone in the field as is. We'll be taking a trip back up to New England, specifically Miller's Grove in the good old state of Massachusetts. And that is an alien investigation and results site. And if my ears not deceive me, I just heard the keyword alien investigation. So Kevin Morris will be adding 1 to the RP pool, and I will be using one of Mulder's remaining tokens to pay for it. I await any bluffs he may have for me.
Just 1.
Just 1. Well, I'm afraid I will be making a discretionary call on that, specifically an alien discretion. So play on a team about to investigate a site with alien investigation as a prerequisite. Discard all cards assigned as bluffs at that site. I must pay 1 for each bluff attached to that site. And, there's just 1, so I will be paying X plus 1 for 2.
Okay.
It's too bad it doesn't have the keyword alien investigation. It only has a keyword of alien.
I know
Kevin was just perking up right there.
Kevin was getting excited. He thought he had something there.
But nope, alien, but not alien investigation, I'm afraid. So
okay, well, I will reveal a true bluff. It was medical treatment.
Well done on that. What else you got?
What else you got? going to do this before anything else. How many cards do you have in your hand, just out of curiosity?
Gosh, a lot. 8.
I like the sound of that because that means I get to cast a wide net with my government mind swipe serum. As a refresher, force one opponent to discard all cards in their hand that contain the keyword alien investigation or bureaucracy. That costs 3, so I'll take 3 off right now.
I do have 1. Just for fun, 𝐗-𝐅i𝐥e𝐬's going to negate that event card.
She's hot.
Seems like overkill, but you know what? I like the 1 alien investigation card I'm holding in my hand.
That's all the reason you need.
Yeah.
I've got nothing else to play.
Right. So let's say we take a crack at your X-Files result, shall we? The odds have it, I'd be remiss if I didn't ask if your X-Files result is death.
It is death.
Well, David, I'm afraid that narrows you down to... Is it 4? It sure does. Well...
You know you want to ask.
You know I do. History has proven that premature guessing does not work in my favor.
Come on.
So, at the risk of you getting to ask a result question, I think I will refrain from taking a crack at your X-Files identity for at least one more round. One more successful investigation round. So you live to fight another day, my friend.
Yeah, I have a feeling I'm going to get skunked on this one. This is going to be embarrassing. I'm going to ask you not to publish this one.
We'll see. We still have some game left.
Okay.
But I still have 7. But I have 7 cards in my hand, so I need not have to discard anything.
Okay, and I have 4, so no discard on my part.
All right. I pass it over to you for another attempt to solve the burning mystery that is my X-Files identity.
Oh my god, I need to get some... First I need to be able to ask questions, and then I need to get it right every time. So I'll draw for turn.
Yep.
Well, I get 1 of each res from these 2 guys. And I'm going to use my friend in the FBI for 2 more. Takes me down to 4 total on that card. And 4 in my pool. What the heck? I'm going to use Agent Weiss's token to search my deck for a site that asks a method question. So just take a moment here.
While you're doing that, I will just sell my 1 card, which is Street Contacts, for 1, and I will buy a card with that.
You finished your buy or sell and buy. Move on from healing, no requisition. So deployment, I'm going to move Jack Willis to the hospital.
Okay.
And I'm going to use.
I see where we're going with that.
Yeah, I'm going to use this token here to remove his implant.
All right.
I almost wish, that you would put that implant on Mulder, just so I could use Phoebe Green to pull him back into the field from there. But alas, if ifs and buts were candy and nuts, then every day would be Christmas. I'm going to go to Franklin, Pennsylvania. That is a criminal investigation 4+, and I ask a method question, and that costs me 2.
Pray tell, how much criminal investigation are you sitting on with Willis out of the picture?
Mulder has 2, Phoebe Green has 3, and Agent Weiss has 1. So I got 6 all day.
6. Alright, I will be hitting you with dos bluffs.
Yikes! Let's reveal those bluffs then, my friend.
Alright, the first bluff is my second nasty surprise, which will add 5 to the pool, but with that face-down cost, it will be 3.
Okay.
So far, so good. You're still in it. But while you are swimming in the criminal investigation skill, I'm afraid Detective Thompson finds you a bit lacking in the bureaucracy, I'm afraid. So your site prerequisite has now become bureaucracy
3. Yeah. I got nothing to...
Bureaucracy 3.
Let me just triple check here. I'll look at my cards for like a umpteenth time, and no, I don't have anything to stop that, so we'll move on to the debriefing. I only have 5, so no discard.
Same here.
All right, then your turn, sir.
All right. For this round, we'll start with our free card, see what that is. Oh, that's cool. For Rez, we'll get Mulder's 2, and in addition to that, we'll get 2 more, and I will add 2 to the pool.
Well, I've painted myself into a corner a bit here. I'm going to sell the 𝐗-𝐅i𝐥e𝐬 for 2.
I will refrain from requisitioning anything. Let's have our team mosey over to Arecibo, Puerto Rico, which is an alien investigation or computer prerequisite. Oh, Kevin, yeah, I heard you, buddy. Yep, that is a keyword alien investigation, so you will be paying for that site. The other keywords featured on this site are affiliation and method.
1 bluff.
1 bluff it is. I will call your bluff.
Okay. Is unnatural aging.
I'm afraid I'm going to have to do a grid pattern search for 2. And I will be searching through my discard pile for... I think we'll just pull out Langley for another round.
Yeah, let the lone gunman out for some air.
He is a recurring character after all, so I will
Indeed.
be paying an additional 2 to negate that there bluff.
Okay. Oh, and I didn't pay for that bluff, so it'll take me down to 0.
Oof, ouch. Well,
a clear path.
We have a choice between affiliation or method, and seeing as I know your affiliation is occult, what say we take a crack at your X-Files method? Possession.
It is not.
It is not.
Now, I'm going to present you with a scenario.
Alright.
I have not asked a single question this entire game. I have no clue what your X-File is.
Yeah. And
I would tempt you. I think you're down to 2 now, right?
You are correct, sir. And
so just throw it out there.
Yeah, I will. I'll give you a chance. I'll give you a chance at a penalty question should I guess incorrectly here. But it is a coin toss, and you know, even with coin tosses, I usually come up on the wrong end of that coin. Is your X? You know, I could always just. Ah, what the hell? I'll just play Deep Throat. For 5, and then I will ask, is your X-Files motive security?
No.
Alright.
Come on, you took all the fun out of it.
I did take all the fun out of it, and you are the ancestor spirits.
No.
No? Oh. You are not?
Mm.
Well, then I am afraid that I have made a mistake somewhere. Because that was the only remaining one. Huh.
I'm sure I didn't answer incorrectly.
Well, until I figure this out, you're gonna go ahead. You go ahead and take your penalty question.
And I ask what your X-File is, or do I ask the characteristic?
You can ask the character. You can ask a characteristic or identity. And I've asked method or well, I asked method for the site, and motive for the Deep Throat card.
Because I know you got affiliation correct. You narrowed it down to occult.
I asked if your method was possession. You said no.
That is correct.
I asked if your motive was security. You said no.
Correct. And you nailed my results earlier. You asked if it was death, and I said yes.
Ah, and I scratched it out as opposed to circling it. So that is where I went wrong. I scratched instead of circled. Bracket the win. So hey, take a shot at your penalty question.
I'm just going to go, is your X-File .com?
It is not .com.
Oh, God, that would have been awesome if it was.
It would have been.
Well, all we're doing is prolonging my death here. I will draw for turn.
With the way it stands now, I believe I have you down to 3 possibilities. So yeah, draw away, sir.
Okay, so I drew for turn. That's this one here. Res, I get 1 and 1, so 2 for them. And I'm going to take advantage of my friend in the FBI. Take 2 there. That brings me down to 2 more remaining, and I'll add 2 to my pool. I will. Ooh. Use Mulder's 2 to draw 2 cards. I will not buy any more, although I probably should. Yeah, I'll just take those 2 and to you to sell and buy.
I will be selling 2 cards, shotgun for 6 and not on the menu for 2.
One of your favorites.
Which one, the shotgun or the not on the menu?
Not on the menu.
Yeah,
well, maybe not a favorite.
I'm paying for it, but in this case, I'm selling it for a grand total of 8. Of that 8, I will take 3 cards and add 5 to my pool. Back to you, my friend.
All right. No healing. No requisition. So deployment. I'm going to move Jack Willis back to the field. He is looking good, feeling good.
His nose may be a little sore, though.
Yeah, he's got the sniffles now. But I will play the site card, Franklin, Pennsylvania, for 2.
I'm feeling a bit of deja vu, because I feel like you were just there.
I was just there, but I'm back, baby. Criminal investigation.
Sure the residents of Franklin appreciate it.
Yeah. Criminal investigation 4 or more, and I ask a method question. I will turn to you for any bluffs.
All right, I will be playing 2 bluffs.
I've got nothing to stop you. Let's go ahead and reveal.
I'm afraid the first bluff that we're going to be playing is car troubles. So unfortunately, 2 of your agents will not be joining us for this investigation. Your choice on which 2 will continue on and which 2 will be waiting around for the good people of AutoZone.
I'm going to go Phoebe Green and Jack Willis.
All right, I'll pay 2 for that bluff. The second bluff, are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Is a laser barrier. So I'm
sure
afraid
it is.
1 additional agent will not be contributing to that site, and I'm afraid it's Phoebe. And I will be paying 1 for that because it was face down. So I'm afraid that leaves only Jack Willis.
And Jack Willis does not have the training or the skills to accomplish this investigation.
Some, but not enough.
So that will take Franklin, PA off the field. These guys will go back and rescue Mulder and Weiss off the side of the road, out of town there. I don't have anything else to play.
Right. So we will pass it back over to here. So I will be drawing my free card first, and then I will be drawing 2 additional cards for Mulder's res, And I will be adding 4 to my RP pool because Skinner is still stuck in that bureau.
I will be selling Nurse Owens for 6.
Ooh. I think I just saw your soul leaving your body right there, I'm afraid.
There's nothing behind my eyes. Nothing behind the eyes here. And I will purchase 1. And it's going to be the 1 card. No.
One card it is. All right.
Go for it.
I will refrain from requisitioning anything once again. So we'll be keeping our team where they are. And we'll be taking a little tour over to Townsend, Wisconsin, because we heard of rumors of a UFO wreckage in the woods nearby. So we're going to go check that out. Maybe take a souvenir or 2. And what's that, Kevin? Oh, yeah, that is an alien investigation keyword card. Yes, it is. Good catch on that. I will be adding 1 to my RP pool. Thank you, my good man.
And I'm sorry, what's the...
This is a motive or result.
And what's the skill check?
It is Alien Investigation 5, and as you're well aware, I'm sitting on that in spades.
Yeah. So anything I do is just for fun right now. I've got a choice of which fun I want to do. Yeah. No bluffs. Go ahead and assign your agents.
I will be assigning all of them.
All in.
All in, baby.
All right, then I'm going to. Yes. I'm going to play this adversary abduction. Anything to counter?
I'm afraid I do have something to counter that, David. Sorry to disappoint, but I'm going to be countering that with an Erlenmeyer flask, which negates any 1 card played against my team during a bureaucracy or an alien investigation skill check, for which this is 1. And what's that, Kevin? Oh, yeah, it is an alien investigation keyword card, so you'll be adding 1, but subtracting 3.
If Kevin works any more for you, I'm calling Amnesty International.
Will we be playing any more cards on my site?
No, sir.
No?
It's all you.
Well, let's see if maybe we can bring this game to a close.
Indeed.
I will take another crack at your X-Files motive. And let's see, we have really between 3 possible motives here. Is your X-Files motive control?
It is.
Then you are the Manitou.
Yes, Sam.
And that, my friends, is how you do it. Wow.
Yeah.
What a game. A long-winded one. It took about an hour and a half for us to get done. Would have probably been able to shave 15 minutes off had I not been scratching out the checklist with greater accuracy. But I commend you, David, on a job well played. Afraid it didn't result in a win, but you sure gave your travel deck a good workout.
You're very kind, but I feel like my travel deck has let me down once again. Looking back at it, once again, I felt like I just did not have the cards to be able to stop your investigations, so I got to rethink my conspiracy side again. Put this one in here, assassinated, as a personal vendetta against Kevin Morris. I wanted to take that kid out, but did not come together. Yeah,
well,
that's
a good card to have on hand. And the other one that you had played on me earlier, actually you played it twice, the Government Mind Wipe Serum. Given my deck, specifically, which is rife with alien investigation and bureaucracy cards, that is a good card to play.
Yeah, just bad timing for me.
Just slightly.
Yeah. Didn't have it at the right time. I thought I was going to empty your hand at that time.
You had it at the right time later on. It just, 𝐗-𝐅i𝐥e𝐬 had a word or two about that.
True.
So, would you like to see which X-File card I was holding on to? Unless you want to take a guess, just for fun.
Oh, for sure. I think your X-File is the host.
It's actually the cigarette smoking man. If anyone was good at maintaining his identity, it's the cigarette smoking man.
And that's Kresge on your team, right?
Yeah, and actually he didn't really see much action this time.
I'm surprised he didn't use his token to take away my hospital crash card. Because that's a keyword healing. It would have worked, right?
Of course I would have to play that during the conspiracy players round, and it's sort of debatable as to whether or not that is permissible, with the exception of Agent Patterson. So, with the uncertainty surrounding whether or not Kresge's token can be used during a conspiracy player's turn, I'll just rely on using the Thinker during my investigation turn to change a keyword and therefore negate a conspiracy card that gets thrown at me. But,
So, when you're the active player, what would you use Kresge's token on to negate?
So let's say, just in the way that the cigarette smoking man strikes can change a keyword to any other keyword, what I could do is, with playing the Thinker in combination with Kresge's effect, I could change a keyword against a conspiracy card that you play on me to healing, and then use Kresge's token to negate said healing card. So it's a combination effect in that I would have to use the Thinker to change a keyword before I can use Kresge's token.
So you would use the Thinker to change a keyword on one of your own cards, and then
no, I would change it on one of your cards, because the Thinker can change a keyword on a card played by your opponent. So if, let's say, you play the Manitou, or the Manitou stalks its prey specifically, I would use Detective Manager's token to pull the Thinker from my deck, and then I would pay the 5 RP to play the Thinker, and then I would use the Thinker's effect to change the Manitou has an occult keyword, if I'm not mistaken. So I would use the Thinker's card to change that occult keyword to healing.
And then negate it with his...
And then negate it with Kresge's token. So yes, it's a combo effect that relies on the Thinker to be played in order to have it done.
I'm really just limited by my equipment. One time I tried to have a popular card selling site open, so when someone played a card and I needed to know, this was at a time when I was the judge, when they played a card, I could quickly search for that card so I could have the effect up in case there was a question and I needed to read it right away. I don't have a binder and a complete collection like some of my colleagues do.
Yep.
And when I think about putting in conspiracy cards like Tanaka, or you play, I can't remember the name of the guy, but he changes it to Computer 3+, and I'm always hung out to dry, right? I'm hesitant to put those cards in until I'm more familiar with agent skills, and I was going to try to have the like my own spreadsheet I've got of all the agents and their skills, and it was just too big for the monitor and to also have the StreamYard up. So I was like, I don't know, how does he do it? How does he know if he plays that card if I'm not going to be able to make the skill check? But a lot of it's memory, huh?
In my case, it is memory. Speaking for 𝐗-𝐅i𝐥e𝐬, I know he has his printed catalog of cards in front of him, whether he's with the judge or when he's playing. But yeah, I'm kind of old school, and I guess you could say, in that I rely on just referencing the good old binder of the complete sets. Should I have any questions, whether it be as a judge.
I might just save it for our witty banter afterward, just to see if it sparks a conversation. What he thinks works best.
And maybe we can talk to 𝐗-𝐅i𝐥e𝐬 if he has a digital file of his catalog. Maybe he could send it our way, and therefore, and then we can print it out and then have the same thing available to us. Those of us that don't feel inclined to use our binder, which gets heftier and heftier every time I receive a new shipment of cards from Dax.
Yeah, so your binder is all inclusive.
Yeah, I'm actually going to have to get a second one pretty soon because with each of the Season 4 expansion cards he sends me, I'm quickly running out of room in that one. And at this point, I feel like if I dropped it, it would go straight through the floor. And then we will reconvene potentially next Saturday. We'll figure out who's playing who once we touch base with the other guys.
Well, I was just going to say thanks for the game. It was another good learning experience, and
fun like always. Wouldn't want to spend my Saturday night doing anything else. So with that, if that's that, I'll say goodnight and thank you everyone for watching, and we'll see you next time.
thank you, everyone. Good evening.